Hello, class. My name is Jordan Bronson, and I'll be talking to you about Muhammad Ali Jinnah today. I want to start off by reading a quote. It says, "Few individuals significantly alter the course of history. Fewer still modify the map of the world. Hardly anyone can be credited with creating a nation-state. Muhammad Ali Jinnah did all three." I think this is an awesome quote that kind of gives us an idea of how great of a man Muhammad was. So let's start off by talking about him a little bit. He was born on December 25th of 1876. He went to the University of Bombay for a time, and he moved to London to further his studies. He was also probably the biggest, most important one is he was the founder of Pakistan. But let's talk about young Muhammad. He did not like school at all. He always struggled through school and had the hardest time studying and doing his homework. So one day his aunt came to town and said, "Hey, you need to move to Bombay with me where you can get a bigger city's education and just be more educated." And his mom wasn't super excited about him leaving, but finally allowed him. And after a couple months of him being there, they decided it was best for him to move back with his parents in his hometown and go to school there. So he moves back home, and only after 6 months of moving to his hometown was expelled from school for not doing his homework or studying and ditching class. And so his parents decided it was best to enroll him in a Catholic school, a Catholic high school. And that's where Muhammad decided that he loved school, and he became really good friends with one of his teachers, and his teacher offered him an internship out in London. And he told his family about it, and his mom got really nervous. And so she convinced him to have an arranged marriage, him being 15 and his wife only being 14, and they got married. And it kept Muhammad in India for about another year, but eventually he took off again. He took off to London. And so while in London, he studied for the bar exam. And as he was studying, unfortunately, his wife and his mother passed away, which was kind of hard for Muhammad to lose such important people in his life. But because of that, it gave him the motivation to do well in school and to get through it. And so while in London, one of his favorite pastimes was to go to the British Parliament and just watch them talk about political affairs going on. And he was always thought to himself, why doesn't India have any seat or spot in the Parliament? But eventually he passed the bar, and he was actually one of the youngest people to pass the bar at only age 19. And he moved back to Pakistan to start his life as a lawyer. And he was a very successful lawyer. However, he didn't feel like he was doing enough good. He wanted to change his career, so he ended up changing his career to politics. And so there are many different political parties in India, and so he had a hard time trying to find which one he wanted to join that would align with his morals and values. And so he would go to one party for a while, and then he would decide, they don't have the same views I do. Let's try this other one. He'd try another one, and it was really hard for him to find one that he could align himself with until he stumbled upon the Muslim League, which he started to fully dedicate his life to. And so as a member of the Muslim League, he decided that there were some things that needed to change in India. The Muslims and the Hindus were just fighting too much. There was too much violence, and we've read about the terrible things that have happened in this time before the split of Pakistan and India. And so it was just a terrible time, and he noticed that, and he said there needs to be a new way of life. We need to change something. And so he comes up with a plan. He says, what if we put Pakistan, this area, what if we have this area that has a high majority of Muslims, and we make this Pakistan, and then the rest that has this high majority of Hindus, we make that India. And so it took a while for everyone to finally get on board with it, but once they did, on August 14th of 1947, they separated Pakistan and India and created a new country. And then the next day, which is almost as significant, Muhammad Ali Jinnah becomes the Governor General of Pakistan, which is the equivalent of like a president in the United States. He becomes the leader of Pakistan, and he has a pretty great speech to show you how much he cares about the Pakistani people. I'm going to share with you. It's just a minute long.
Pakistan happy and prosperous, we must concentrate wholly and solely on the well-being of the people. You are free to go to your mosques, free to go to your temples, or to any other place of worship in the state of Pakistan. My guiding principle will be justice and fair play, without any prejudice or ill will, without any partiality or favoritism. We must root out the poison of corruption and nepotism. Our inspiration will be the golden principles of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And I know that with your support and cooperation, I can look forward to the day when Pakistan becomes one of the greatest nations of the world.
So you can kind of tell in that short clip that he really cared about the people of Pakistan. He wasn't doing this for himself. He just really cared about the people of Pakistan. But if you can remember, August 15th was the day he got sworn in, and unfortunately on September 11th of the next year, Muhammad Ali passed away because of tuberculosis. But he was a great man, and he did a lot of good in the time that he was around and the short time that he was the Governor General. But I hope you learned something from this video, and thank you for watching.